Okay, so I'm going to call the East Lyme Board of Selectmen meeting to order. Today is November 16, 2016. If you'd all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. That includes you. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a real tidy agenda tonight. Shouldn't take us long to get through. Agenda, well, we have additional agenda and consent items. Is there anything else to add in? I don't think so. Delegations, would anyone like to speak to the commission on items? Anything at all? Would you like to speak at all? Okay. Approval of the minutes, special meeting of November 2nd.
Move to approve the minutes of the special meeting of November 2nd, 2016 as submitted.
Second.
Motion on the table and seconded. Comments, corrections? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Number 2.
Move to approve the minutes of the meeting of November 2nd, 2016 as submitted.
Second.
Any corrections, comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstain? Is there a consent calendar tonight?
Move to approve the consent calendar for the meeting of November 16th, 2016 in the amount of $1,840.98.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Is there? I'm going to. What do I do when I don't want to vote?
Abstain.
Abstain. My wife's name is on this list, so it's we're busy. We paid the bill twice.
That's very nice of you.
I'm organized at work. I'm not so much at home. So I am going to abstain for that reason. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And I will abstain. I'm glad I remembered to look at that. 2A, approve a $1,000 expenditure for the Open Door program from the Nick Parahouse account. Let me quickly explain to you that at the November meeting of the Commission on Aging, an expenditure of up to $5,200. Am I on the right one?
Nope.
No, I'm sorry.
There was one before that because
I
there's two
always
from
do
the
that.
Powerhouse
So-
account tonight.
So the $1,000 Open Door program scheduled to begin operation on October 13th. The program is designed for those people with mild to moderate memory loss, and it's a program that they're going to begin at the senior center. It's a grant request. The senior resources was submitted, and in that grant, the program includes East Lyme residents who might be eligible for attendance. The original grant asked for was approximately $33,000. And the Waterford Senior Services was given $13,000. That agency asked if we could help support the program, and the commission, our great servers on the Commission on Aging, volunteers, have agreed to take $1,000 from the Powerhouse account. These are the kind of programs, or this is the kind of program that account is designed to assist the Council on Aging on. So they asked for the formal blessing from this board to spend the $1,000.
I'll move to approve a $1,000 expenditure funded from the Nicholas Powerhouse account for the Open Door program.
Second.
We have a motion. It's been seconded. Comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Great. I'll move on to that $5,200 number now. That's 2B on your agendas. This is for a portable stage for the community center. The community center is being used more and more now for a variety of different activities in the big room. And one of those activities, the East Lyme Players Drama Group, formed. They've done 5 or 6 different productions, and they like to do it there. You know, we have plenty of stages in the schools and all, but they want to do it there, which is they are seniors, and their audience is mostly made up of the seniors in our community. So this is a stage that could be used for that, but also for a number of other things that come up in this town. We have a new a cappella group, the Sweet Adelines, and they might be giving performances in that room, etc. So the Commission on Aging, again, approved an expenditure of $5,200 from the Powerhouse account. The stage will be available for use for other departments as long as it's not used by the senior center, of course. The stage comes in 3 by 8 pieces, and this whole stage put together would be 16 feet by 18 feet by 24 inches tall, I guess. And that's the Niantic Rotary Club is also going to be contributing some funds to that. So another good project by the Commission on Aging.
Very much so. I'll move to approve an expenditure of up to $5,200 for a portable stage from the Commission on Aging funded from the Nicholas Powerhouse account.
Second.
Motion second. Any further comment?
Yes, I noticed in the attached letter there were questions about storing the existing stage. Do we know where this is going to be stored when it is not in use?
I don't know. My guess, there's some closet space there. This does fold up. This does come into pieces. There are closets in the back of the room. One of the sides holds a whole lot of chairs, as we know. I don't know if they'll stack it on the side.
Okay,
of
I mean,
the
I presume,
Yeah.
I mean, Kathy's notes say it doesn't make sense to make any more extension because I don't have a place to store them. I presume there is somewhere to store this.
Yeah,
so
I know
it's-
she's talked with Marge Broderick, who, takes care of
Yeah.
the maintenance of the building, and I know I think they have identified a spot.
Okay.
I just don't know where it is.
Okay.
Great. All right. Have a motion. Any other comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Great. Then we'll move on. 2C is the approval for filing cabinets. What's going on downstairs? If you do take a tour downstairs, I always welcome you to do that. Go visit some of our department heads. They have piles of files all over the floor down there, on top of other file cabinets. They need more file cabinets. It's the bottom line. They've gotten into this year. The building codes changed, and the building codes went from a roughly the average 2-inch binder that would be a building code submission has gone to a 5-inch binder. These things can't just be electronically scanned. They need the paper. They need to reference while it's an active file. It's resulted in just files everywhere. It's just a normal cost of doing professional business, and we're looking for funding. We're going to move $1,396 from the building department for the building department to purchase those file cabinets. And it's coming from what fund, Anna? The contingency. Thank you. So we're pulling it out of contingency. This was not anticipated, the need for these files, but it's immediate, it's necessary, and it's the only way we can professionally handle business downstairs.
I'll move to approve the use of up to $1,396 from account number 0101120200 contingency for the building department to purchase 4 HON filing cabinets and forward to the Board of Finance for approval. This purchase is necessary due to the increased documentation required for building permits as a result of code changes.
Second.
Any further comment? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Terrific. I get some bad news. Nick Marola is stepping down from his duties as the Deputy Emergency Management Director. He's served this town well, and he served it for a number of years. I don't see... It looks like in 2010 he was first appointed to Deputy Fire Marshal, and he's been very integral
Integral is
Integral.
what the word you're looking for.
Integral?
Yes.
Or integral, either word.
He's been an important part of the emergency operations and fire marshal operations up there. Nick, we wish you well in what's probably your second retirement now. And what we're going to consider tonight is the integral Chris Taylor to be named the Deputy Emergency Management Director, who is already our Deputy Fire Marshal. He does an incredible job. He's Dick Morris's right-hand guy, and I'm only too happy to recommend Chris Taylor for this job, if you would be so kind as to vote him into the slot.
I'll move to appoint Christopher Taylor of 9 Monticello Drive, East Lyme, Connecticut, to serve as Deputy Emergency Management Director through January 8th of 2018.
Second.
I get multiple seconds. Any further discussion?
Just one more thank you to Nick. He ran the Millstone, the Dominion drill this past year. Dick let him do that, and he did a fantastic job, and he was complimented by the people who monitor it. So thank you, Nick, and I'm looking forward to Chris doing a fantastic job.
When we had those hurricanes rip up the coast and rip into our town, and of course the major blizzards and all that too, Nick was right on there, and he's the one who kept all the paperwork together so we can get reimbursement from FEMA, and he's one of the people that did that. We had several, but never been more proud than when some of these big storms come and you see everybody on with their game face on, doing the job that they've been trained to do. We're very lucky to have all the people working up there. So all in favor for Chris Taylor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? There's a sign call. We have to have a special town meeting. We had one scheduled, and the Board of Finance ran into an issue with scheduling and personnel that I'll go into later, I suppose. But if there is a sign call to be read and scheduled.
Town of East Lyme, notice of special town meeting. Notice is hereby given of a special town meeting of the Town of East Lyme to be held on December 7th, 2016 at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or Eastern Standard Time actually, at the East Lyme Town Hall Upper Meeting Room for the following purposes. 1, to approve an appropriation in the amount of $18,000 for Connecticut Green Bank rewards for streetlight fixture retrofit with LED lights. Dated East Lyme, Connecticut, the 16th day of November, 2016, East Lyme Board of Selectmen.
Second.
Been seconded. Any comments at all? All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstain? You guys are good. We, more sad news, or disappointing news, and that is that Steve Harney, I just alluded to that. Is there communication? Yeah, there is. Has stepped down as not only the chairman of the Board of Finance, but as a member of the Board of Finances. His business has taken him out of state over the last several months, and it will continue into the next year or two. So Mr. Harney thought long and hard about this and agreed to step down or recommended or volunteered to step down from the Board of Finance at this time. I know the Board of Finance will be adding someone to their roster and then selecting a board chair in the next week or two. I give great accolades to Mr. Harney. These are tough economic times, and to be a chairman of a Board of Finance and it is a difficult job. It takes a lot of work, and I commend all the Board of Finance members, but the chair has an incredible responsibility on his or her shoulders. I commend Steve for the many, many years of work and dedication. You know, these are thankless jobs. These are unpaid thankless jobs, and he did it brilliantly. He did it with class and with professionalism. So best to you, Steve. And when you do, when business does slow down and you end up coming back to East Lyme, this is a community that will welcome you back. There are no other communications. The ex officio reports puts us to almost the end of the meeting. Amazing. So, Mr. Salerno?
Yeah, I went to Harbor Management yesterday. Just a couple things. They're still working on updating the Harbor Management plans. It's been going back and forth through DEP. It's Jeff Stedman, who's the consultant there, has been almost working pretty much for free because DEP keeps giving recommendations back and forth, and it's been going on for almost 6 months. So anyways, hopefully that's coming to a head. And also there was some news that there's $5 million in grant opportunities for harbor improvements in the state of Connecticut. We expect possibly the RFP is going to come out in January. So that's probably something that we want to keep our eye on, especially if we're looking to do something down at Cheney Park with the
Dredging.
the docks and stuff like that,
Yeah,
or down
yeah.
at the other end. So
Yeah.
something that we'll keep our eye on.
Interesting. Terrific. Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Siri.
Okay, I attended Parks and Rec last week. They really had nothing on the agenda that it would impact or to really bring forward. In the next couple of months, they'll be looking at fees for next year for the beach and so forth like that. So couple months we'll have a report on that. I did on last Thursday attend the Veterans Day senior breakfast at the senior center. They were anticipating 40 people, 56 showed up. It was a wonderful, wonderful event. And the group you mentioned, the a cappella group, it's called the Sweet Adelines. They came and performed. They were outstanding. And they've also indicated an interest, and they'll be performing at the light, not the light parade, but the tree lighting. Holiday stroll on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So they'll be on the green singing when it's time to light the tree. They may be welcoming Santa with some songs, but they'll be out there. It's a fantastic group. Sue Wilbur, who's a local resident, is a member of that. She came forward and volunteered their services. If you get to hear them, you'll love them too. Veterans Day, I got to attend down at the Green. It was a really great ceremony, and Mr. Floyd Welsh was the guest of honor. He's a town resident and a Pearl Harbor survivor. And he did point out, it was nice too, we recognized Eddie Jutila for his service and support of veterans during his tenure as the rep from our district here. And Mr. Welsh pointed out that on December 7th, he won't be able to be at the meeting here. He'll be in Pearl Harbor, and this will be the last gathering of Pearl Harbor survivors. They decided this is the last time. So it was an absolute honor to shake Mr. Welsh's hand and to be, Pat Hughes spoke for him because he just doesn't have he couldn't really speak that loudly, but to talk to him about his experiences that day, it just put you in awe of what this man did and served his country, and now still proud to be able to attend a Veterans Day event. So that's it.
1945?
41.
41, so
Wow.
75th
I don't know why I couldn't
anniversary.
remember.
It's crazy.
75th
Mm-hmm.
anniversary. Wow.
I forgot to report on Board Ed, if you don't mind.
How could you forget the
I know,
Board
it's
Ed?
my month. Went to Board Ed last week. They discussed redistricting. They're going to put together a subcommittee. The last time they redistrict the elementary schools was back in 1986. I was one of the kids that got redistricted. So it was kind of funny that I was on the on the ex officio for that meeting.
And another piece of the puzzle just fell into place.
Vengeance.
They had the NASDAQ guy come to the town to explain. They have new updated enrollment figures. The enrollment figures from the 2014 study they had to the 2016 study are significantly different. He came to just explain why there were differences, but essentially they're expecting, instead of 700 to 800 kids a year from K through 4, they're expecting 960, which puts a kink in the plan to go to 2 schools. So they were questioning him on that, and they also talked about the initial look at the school plan, which they've looked at potentially keeping the 3 schools open, but renovating the schools, and they came up with some numbers for stuff that needs to be done immediately, and then they're looking at what other things need to be done for improvement of the students and the kids, and they're working on that now. They had actually a subcommittee today where they went through Flanders School to identify the needs at Flanders School, and they're going to go through the rest of them. So stay tuned for that. Sorry I went out of order.
That's okay. We'll go back to you again. I'm sure there's something else. Thank you, Mr. Solano.
Yes.
Mrs. Cheeseman.
I attended the meeting of the East Lyme Public Library Board of Trustees on Monday evening. The executive director, Lisa, presented her preliminary budget. She also reported that she submitted a letter of interest to the Community Foundation to provide funding for a strategic plan. The library has had no formal strategic plan done apart from a building assessment since it moved to the community center in 1992. So we are seeking funding not from the town but from the Community Foundation to hire a strategic planner to look at the best way we can move forward in view of changing demands on the library, town priorities, and what would be best for our residents. And if I could ask the board's indulgence on a personal note, I just wanted to thank everyone in East Lyme and Salem who was responsible for my recent election. I want to assure everyone that I will do my best to serve the best interests of our residents as I go forward, serving the 37th district.
And you'll stick around for a couple more meetings, won't you?
Until you replace me. I
you
am
have to
sworn
leave at
in.
some point.
I know. My swearing-in date is January 4th.
So you can get through December with us. And I hope you will.
If you'll have me.
So far, you're showing up, so that's a
Yeah.
good sign.
Anyway, thank you. That is my report.
Dan,
I've just gotten used to you sitting next to me.
I know.
you get to move over.
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I get to sit
It
next
was
to you.
worth it,
How
yeah.
about that, huh? All right. You know, I think, I don't have anything to report. My meeting got bumped by Touch a Truck, not Touch a Truck, but the Halloween festivities.
Trunk
Trunk,
Oh,
a
trunk or
trunk.
treat.
trunk or treat. So,
Trick or
trick or
Trunk or
trunk.
trunk, whatever.
So my meeting got bounced because of that, so I don't have anything to report, other than I think the kids had a great time
Oh my God.
reaching into those trunks and getting some
There
candy.
were tons of kids at all
You
the
bet.
events.
So that's it for me.
Thank you, Dan. I'd like to congratulate you, Holly, and congratulate everybody on the ballot. I mean, it takes a special people that step up and are willing to serve the community at large, or at the state level, or federal, or here in our humble little town. I congratulate all those, and Madam-elect State Representative Cheeseman. We're very happy for you. Today, boy, do you have your hands full. Because I read something that said the state of Connecticut is $1.3 billion in the hole. Today, magically it appeared. We're a week and a day after the election. A week a day ago, it was only $133 million. $133 million went to $1.3 billion. So it was a $1.2 billion miscalculation. I don't know if that's the new math that they're teaching. But they were off by $1.2 billion. We're in a whole world of trouble up there, and you have a whole lot in front of you, obviously. And I hope the people in Hartford that run this state can figure out ways to put it back together. Obviously, the towns are on alert that some of this deficit would be made up through the towns, and that only means that they're going to pass it down here, and you'll be taxed in a different way down here as well as at the state level. I just spent 2 days at the CCM convention. That's a Connecticut Council or Council of Communities or Municipalities, something in there where all the first selectmen get together and talk about different things like the spending cap that's being forced upon towns. The state has their financial issues, but in the meantime, they force the towns to not be able to go up on their taxes more than 2.5%, I believe it is. There's the latest FOI issues I've been apprised of, and I'll be meeting with different committee and commission and boards in the next couple of weeks to kind of go over some of that. We've been very successful in the claims against the town on FOI issues, but we want to stay on top of that. Veterans Day, thank you, heartfelt thank you to all the veterans in our audience, at home or here. There's one or two here. It sounds like a wonderful day. I'm sorry I was out of town, and thank you for stepping in, Kevin. What a wonderful thing, and to think that in December that gentleman is going to be in Pearl Harbor. Wow. Again. Tippecop, if you're watching this on tape delay, you missed it. Tippecop happened tonight down at Costello's. Several police officers are down there serving food, and it was a scream to watch them spill everything. But all the money that they got in tips are going to be donated to Care and Share. It's hard to believe we're a week and a day away from Thanksgiving. My head is not wrapped around that. The Christmas lights are going to be going up, and we're already talking about the holiday stroll in just a week and a couple of days. On November 27th, come on down here at twilight, and the shops will be having specials, and there'll be carolers on the street, and Santa comes on an old fire truck if they can get it started. It broke down last year. So come on down for that. If you didn't read the day today, the Wednesday, the November 16th edition, that's the 26th 26th?
That's 26 is the Saturday. Not the
Oh,
yeah.
not the 27th?
Yeah.
My mistake. Thank you.
It's
November
Saturday.
26th is a
Saturday,
holiday
yeah,
stroll.
Saturday.
It's a Saturday. The day on November 16th had an op-ed piece today on the independent police vote that this commission made 2 weeks ago and our move to independence. And they got it right, and they touched upon the highlights. So I'm thankful that they support that. That's all I have. If nothing else, one thing I'd like to just say: I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you get to spend it with family and loved ones. We all have so much to be thankful for. I'll end the meeting with following the agenda, asking for public comment, if there is any, and if not, I'll ask for an adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Good night, everyone. Again, happy Thanksgiving,
Happy Thanksgiving.
and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.